But when it comes to international logistics, packing is a very important aspect we need to consider.
Yes,
Either both as an importer or exporter.
that is true.
What suggestions can you give for packing the goods appropriately?
Most important, rather you can say, thing for export of goods is that you will have to rather first of all learn about the packaging material constraints of the destination port to
Okay.
which country you are going to export. So that you will have to take care, because in certain countries wooden packing is not acceptable,
Oh,
or you can say wooden packing is acceptable but after going through some chemical process which is called fumigation.
okay.
Then third more thing is that in export, everything, every packing, whatever you are going to make it happen, considering the nature of your goods, it must be a seaworthy packing.
Okay.
Seaworthy means what? That itself means that you are sending that goods through
By ocean freight.
ocean freight. But the same terminology applies to the air also,
Okay.
because within sea there are lot of movement to our cargo.
Okay.
So we always take care of making our packing very strong. So the same thing applies to air also, so that you can ensure that your goods reaches to your customer in a good
Proper,
condition,
yeah.
or you can say proper condition.
First of all, the packing material should withstand the freight, ocean or air. And second, the goods packed inside that box, let's say, those should be intact. So both we need to take care of. So like you said, some countries don't allow wooden packaging, or rather packaging, wooden packaging only with some chemical treatment. So what exactly is that fumigation?
Fumigation means that whenever our wood is being exported into that country, then there should not be any hazard to the society,
Okay.
or you can say people of that country, or you can say the agriculture products, because through wood certain things, or certain you can say malicious things,
Bacteria or
bacteria or type of sort of things,
termites, right?
termites,
Okay.
those can reach into that
Their
country.
country. Okay. So fumigation is sort of like sanitization.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me rather give you one best example which I have come across when I was working with that multinational company. I visited USA in 2004, and I was rather always observing that whatever imported material we are getting into from USA, the width of the packaging, it was obviously a wooden pack. It was very much on higher side.
Okay.
And when I consider the weight also and volume, I said unnecessarily we are paying extra money on account of freight
Because of the size.
size, obviously. So when I made entire rather research on that, then I suggested our US counterpart that the thickness of that wood should be reduced to at least 50%.
Okay.
They said no, it is not possible, because nobody rather obviously going to opt for a change. They always resist for the change. Even though they were saying no, I said I want that way only. Then they said you will have to make experiment on that. I said yes, I am going to make experiment also on that. So we took little bit, or you can say 50% rather little
Thinner wood.
for our packaging. Then we made a box out of that. We put certain stones into that, obviously packed with the plastic bags also, and then we started sprinkling the water from all the side of that box almost for 3 hours. And then we again stopped that water flow and we opened those boxes. The material was as it is,
Oh,
or you can say those stones were as it is. So accordingly, you can reduce your packing cost also, and whenever you are going to get any import consignment, your custom duty is applicable for all the charges incurred by you. So if you are going to reduce your packing cost, then custom duty will also get reduced.
Correct.
So that way, packing is a very important aspect for import as well as exports.
So are there agencies or experts whom we can contact to suggest what sort of packing is suitable for our particular
Yeah.
system or goods?
Nowadays, fortunately, in India, there are number of rather agencies, or you can say experts, are readily available all over India to suggest for the packaging of material.
Okay.
So you can always rather opt for their services.
I've always wondered, instead of wooden packaging, is there any reusable packaging? Have you come across any model where we can reuse the packing?
Yeah, I do have one example which I have rather observed, and it's really a good question. See, let us take the example of cylinder block. Cylinder block of a diesel engine or petrol engine. So it's very strongest that way. Then suppose if you are rather exporting or importing that sort of material, I'm just giving an example of
Yeah.
cylinder block.
Yeah.
Then you can always rather get steel pallets for that, and those steel pallets can be reused subsequently.
But those steel pallets, I mean, the provider of those steel pallets, it's like we are renting those steel pallets. Or are we like buying those steel pallets?
In certain cases, you can rather recycle also, or in certain cases, you will have to buy it, but subsequently, you can use those pallets for some other sort of goods, or say for within transportation within India for transportation. So it's a sort of reusable thing.
But I mean, there cannot be a case where, I guess, if we are importing and exporting from the same location, from let's say I'm exporting to one country or rather one foreign entity, and I'm also importing from that entity, then we can use the same packaging as, I think.
That also can be possible, but depending upon the volume will remain
Obviously.
same.
Correct.
It should be same for import as well as export. Then only it is feasible.
But are there agencies which from where we can rent these pallets?
Yeah.
So for that particular shipment, I get that pallet, it gets unloaded, and he takes back the steel pallet or whatever the metal pallet
Yeah. Now
in that country.
Yeah, that nowadays now things are moving in that direction only. Let us take the example of containers. Containers are being used for ocean freight. You can say 20 foot or 40 feet, whatever is there. So those are used for import as well as export.
Correct.
And you will not believe those are not even owned by the steamer companies.
Correct.
Those are being taken by somebody else on rent basis. So those can be reused. So accordingly, nowadays some pallets contractors or pallet manufacturers are also entered into this new era of business, wherein you can get it on rent also.
Okay.